So I've been in Thai boxing my whole life. I started when I was about 3 years old. I can't remember any of it, but my mum's 14 times world champion, Julie Kitchen, and my dad, Nathan Kitchen, was the coach, and we had a family gym called Touch Gloves. So yeah, I just kind of was always training with my twin sister. Obviously perfect sparring partners, same age, same height, weight. And it just kind of went on from there. I had my first fight at 9 years old, but even growing up, I was always involved in the gym environment. So I was helping out with the kids' classes, even helping out with the adults when I was tiny. I remember even helping out behind the desk, probably only age like 8. I was making teas, coffees, passing people water, and yeah, so it's just been my whole life. And obviously growing up watching my dad coach my mum and seeing how she had all of her fights, she would come home with like black eyes and cuts, and it's just so normal to us. Like people always said in school, like, oh, is your mum, I see her at the gate, like what's happened to her? And it's just like, oh, she just had a fight. That's so normal to us. Everyone else is like, what, she had a fight? That's so strange. But yeah, like I said, it's just a way of growing up, and I couldn't imagine life without it. When I was about 13, I stopped competing, and so did my sister for about a year. Then I just had the buzz and got back into it. About 14, 15, I got back into fighting after having like a 2-year break. You know, I was getting bored of living like a normal teenager, going to college, and something was missing in my life again, so I got back into Thai boxing. My dad always loved for me to get fights, so he's like, right, when you're back in, let's get you fighting. But I wasn't training as hard as I should have, I know that, and it wasn't really in my heart at the time. I just wanted to get back into it for fitness. So I took these fights and I just kept losing. I lost like 4 in a row, which is very disheartening. On my 4th one, it was such like an easy fight for me, and because my head wasn't in it, I just kind of give up, and that is the worst feeling in the world, giving up. I'd rather be knocked out than give up again. Just knowing that you could have done more and you left some in the ring is a horrible fight. Fuck off. He done it. Every time I have an interview, he turns up and he messes it up. I just see your smug little face in the corner. Yeah, so then my dad said, like, you either just do it properly or you don't do it at all, because I don't want to see you getting hurt and putting yourself through it all. So then not long after that, I got a big fight offer. It was in Holland, and I took it. The girl had like 30 fights, and at the time I only had 4. So everyone was kind of expecting me to lose, but I preferred being the underdog. And I just went in there, and then I stopped her in the 2nd round. So that was where my career kind of took off. And after then, I just started traveling the world, Thai boxing, and getting these huge fight opportunities. So it kind of took off from there. So then I had a WBC fight, which I won. And from then, someone approached me saying they would do my management. So I took that on. And within a couple of months, they sent me a text saying, how do you feel about one? So I was at my care job at the time. I didn't really know what he was on about. So I text back, what do you mean one? He said the amount, 1 championship, do you want to do it? Just so bluntly as well. And I was like, of course, it's like life-changing. Of course, I was sat at my care job I've been doing for like 7 years. At the time, I was still doing really well in my fights. I hadn't lost since my losing streak, so I was really getting a higher profile as well. And it's just a dream come true. Like, I was only 19. I think at the time, like, I was the first female in the UK signed to one as well, so it was really surreal. I had my first fight on one, yeah, and then COVID happened, so all I can hear is you laughing. Can you like turn away? You're putting me off. Seriously, fuck off. Yeah, that's it. Then COVID happened, and I had 2 lined up during COVID, and I had a long fight camp, got within the week of me flying, and they got cancelled, so that was such a pain. Oh, he does this every time, he's so annoying. Well, I've had 4 fights on one now. So yeah, trying to get some more, but I love it. I love the little gloves, the whole buzz around it. It's an amazing organisation, so I'm very happy at the moment, but I just hope I can get permission to fight on other shows, because I'd love to be more active. Like for me, I didn't really know what it was like being a beginner because I've never had the anxiety of walking through the gym door and being a new person, hearing loud noises and everyone, you know, hitting pads or whatnot. But now, especially because I've moved up to Bad Company, I've been in a new environment with new people. I think the main thing to take away from it is, you know, stick with it. You're not going to have a good session every time. And especially for fighters starting off, you're going to have bad days, but just always speak to your coach. Don't take advice from, you know, your mate who's done a bit of Thai boxing or, you know, another coach from another gym. You're at that gym, stick with your coach because they can see potential in you and know best. I would say as well, a huge thing is to stay humble. Don't get any ego. It's very easy once you start winning, getting on top. People's heads seem to go massive. So stay humble, remember where you came from, and always have time for everyone else in the gym. You're never too good to help other people, and I really stick by that. And also it makes a nice gym environment, and it doesn't go overlooked.